Hello and welcome to this video. In this video, we are going to cover some aspects of reporting of Visual Medisoft. Let's recap what we are going to look at. So we are going to see how to define a test. We are going to see how to define a test format for any test. We are also going to see where this test report format is saved so that you are aware of the locations for your management. We will also see how this report template or format is used to create a patient report in the end. We will see where this report is saved, patient report. We will also see how to reopen patient report at later stage. And we will also see if we can modify the test report that we have already defined and then see if it really works. So these are some points in today's agenda. Let's get started. Let's start with defining a test, creating a test report format or a template we call it, and seeing where the template is stored. As you can see here, I've started Visual Medisoft. Uh, and you can already see I have registered it for Nidan Center and I've created a accounting center accounting year which is 2015-16. How to do that you can see in another video which is about how to install Visual Medisoft, but we will skip it here. Let's go to creating a test report. So I go to master entry, test library, and then I go to, let's say, X-ray test. These are the test groups which are created. Under X-ray tests group, I would click on test to see what are the tests defined. I have already defined X-ray abdomen earlier. I'm going to now define a new test. Let's say add new test and then I say X-ray chest PA. So this is a test I call and then I'm going to specify what is the cost of it. So 450, let's say. I'm going to skip charge 2 and charge 3, which are two additional rate lists for all the tests for now. I'm also going to skip the referral fee that you can see in another video of how to configure master data. So if we see here, we have two tests. What I'm going to do is I'm going to create a report format now for X-ray chest PA. I click on master and I have to give some name to the file. This is a 8-character name without any space or special characters. And I will show you how a doc file is created out of it. But for now, let's give a name. So I say chest PA and then I say OK. So it's opening a master format. It actually uses Microsoft Word as a editor for creating this format. So it tells you that you can click on MS Word icon to see your report template. And you can now add or update the content to this template and save it. Note, so only add plain report contents to the template. Don't add variables like patient name or date or referred by. They will be automatically added when this test report is generated for a patient. Fair enough. So I say OK. And then I would see that this document is already created. You can see the name chest pa1.doc. So this is the name we had specified. Okay, now in this document I have to type basically the format which I will use for test reporting. I've copied it from somewhere else, so I will just copy it to make it faster for this video. So you can just type this in and probably you don't like this italic, so sorry, it's not italic anyway, but you don't like it bold, I remove bold. And then I would like to say thanking you Dr. XYZ, whatever is the name, and I save this. Obviously, this file is saved as chesspa1.doc. We will see where it is saved. Now I close it. I'm back to the software now. I have defined this master format for X-ray chest PA. I can do it similarly for X-ray abdomen and any number of tests that are defined in this library. I said done. I said done here as well. And let's see where this file is saved. So this is basically a installation folder that you have installed the software in, let's say. I go to the accounting year folder, which is D1 1516. Then here I would see chest PA doc. You can see this file here. Now I would just close it. We have seen where it is stored and we will try to then follow our further agenda. So let's recap. We have defined a test. We have created a test report or template. We have seen where the template is saved. Now we are going to use this template for the patient to create a report. So let's do that. I go to master entry, patient entry. I have entered 2 patients today just for the sake of entering. Then I go to Sumitra Patel. I say register test, and then I say X-ray tests, X-ray chest PA. This is a test for which we just defined the template. So I say done. Now you can see that test is registered. So here you can see Mrs. Sumitra Patel, X-ray chest PA. This means that test is registered for the patient now. And then I go to test details page where I can see the test, I can see the charges. If I want, I can also put a referral fee here just for the information. And then here I can create a report. So I just click on this. It will again open this template in Microsoft Word under the name of patient's file. We will see that. So I click on report. It says preparing test report for the patient, and the patient is the report is created. You can see it in the background. Sometimes it may happen that if this window is maximized, the Word window, although it is open in the background, will not be visible. In that case, you have to go to this status bar and click on that to bring it to the front. So you will see the report. You can see that patient name and referred by is already entered there by the application. And this is your report format which is created. I can now modify this saying no specific abnormality observed. So this is a finding I have added to this report, and then I save it. Now if you can see, this is the document name, Mrs. Sumitra Patel underscore chest PA1 doc. So this is a chest PA1 report created for this patient specifically. And then for every patient you create chest PA report, it will be appended by the patient's name. So every patient will have his or her separate report. Now we will see where this report is saved. But before that, as you know, Microsoft Word has all the facilities of printing it, or you can share it on email, or you can present it online, or you can export it to different types of formats. You can also fax it in your printer if you have installed fax. Then you can also fax it to the patient, or you can email it to the patient, or you can email it to the referring doctor. So these are various options that you have when we use Microsoft Word as an editor. Now I will save this and we will see where this file is actually saved. So I've closed it. I'm back to the application. I can go to Windows Explorer. I'm into this accounting year. I go to reports. I go to November, which is the month, 10th day, which is today, and I will see Mrs. Sumitra Patel JSPA1 doc. So the report is created and saved in this folder, and this is independent of application. So without running the application also, if I just double click on this file, the file will open and I will see the report. So in case anytime in future you need to see this report and your application is not working for some reason, you can still go to this folder structure, you can find that report and you can open it. Finding is also very easy. So I just have to go to reports, and here I can say Sumitra, and I would actually find all the reports or documents whose name contains Sumitra. Then I can choose a particular report and I can just use it, open it. So this is how this works. So I'm going to minimize this, and then we are back here. So let's say this Sumitra Patel lady, she comes back again and she wants to see, or you want to see her report. So I go to master entry, patient entry. Here I go to find patient. I say Sumitra. Although you are seeing the patient here, assuming that I'm on some other date, and so I need to find the patient. So I say Sumitra Patel. I say OK, and I double click on this, and I'm here. Then I go to test details and I click on the report, and I would basically get a message saying a report was prepared earlier for this test. Would you like to see old report? So I say yes. But if I say no, it will create a new report from the template, and all the findings which you had documented in that report of earlier report of the patient will be lost. So obviously I say yes, and then I would see this Word file where, see this. This is already there, which I documented in addition, and the patient name and everything. So then I close it. So if we want to revisit our agenda, we have also covered point 4, creating test report for the patient, point 5, seeing where the patient report is saved, and point 6, opening the patient report next time. Now point 7 is modifying existing test report template. So let's say we want to modify the template which we had created earlier for chest PA report. I say done here, then I go back to test library, X-ray tests, under that tests, chest PA, and then I click on master. So this is going to open the master format for me. So I go here, sorry. All right, so this is basically the format which I had earlier. And then because I normally write something like no specific abnormalities found, I would like to add it as a standard statement in my template itself. And then I can of course remove it if needed for a particular patient and add a specific finding for the patient. So I close this and then we go back to Visual Medisoft and let's see then if we are able to recreate a report with that template, modified template. So I go here, patient entry, I go to Pat Liège, I register a test, let's say X-ray test, X-ray chest PA, and then I go to test details, click on report, it will create a report, and then I can go to this report and see that this is a standard statement I had added to the template. Now it will show for all the reports which are created for this test for future patients. But your earlier reports, which were created before modifying the template, will not be changed. So this is how basically you can manage your report uh, template library and use it for creating reports for the patient. So if we revisit, we have covered all these points, and I'm sure it will help you in modifying, creating your test report formats for the patients. Thank you very much for your time and all the best. In case you have any queries or difficulties, don't hesitate to write to us at support@saranshsoftware.in. We will try to respond as early as possible to your query. Thank you very much.